Capelouto is one of thousands of fentanyl poisoning victims, and now her family is looking to enact legislation that will deal with this issue. I'm Sarah Pila in Temecula, where I'll introduce you to Senate Bill 350.
Come on, show off. Show me that strength. Come on.
Playing tug-of-war with the family dog Bones is a welcome break for Matt Capelouto, who's getting ready to speak in front of the state Senate for a bill he helped create. After losing his daughter Alex, Bones has become his emotional support.
It's been my therapy. It really has.
2 days before Christmas 2019, Matt and his wife Christine found their 20-year-old daughter Alex dead in her room. Alex bought what she thought was oxycodone off Snapchat, but the pill was a fake, filled with 5 times the fatal amount of fentanyl. Alex's death was marked as an overdose, but that didn't sit well with Matt.
I looked at this as fraud with the worst possible outcome.
A criminal investigation was opened after they learned there were hundreds of thousands of parents nationwide with similar stories. And just a fraction of those stories are in this book that Matt and Christine put together.
These are real people, you know? These are people's children.
The couple is taking this book, along with dozens of parents and hundreds of letters in support, to Sacramento on March 23rd when their bill, Alexandra's Law, will be heard in front of the Public Safety Senate Committee. The law aims to hold drug dealers accountable for fatalities, which is currently hard to do because implied malice must be proven.
In order to charge a drug dealer with murder in California, you have to prove that the drug dealer had specific knowledge that they knew what they were doing was harmful to human life.
Alexandra's Law.
SB 350 is based off of AB 2173, which was passed in 2004, which requires the court to advise an individual convicted of a DUI that drinking and driving could result in the death of another person, and if they continue this behavior and kill someone while driving under the influence of alcohol, they could be charged with murder. They could be charged with murder. Not necessarily, but they could be. SB 350 would require the same advisement be read to an individual convicted of manufacturing and distributing fentanyl. This bill will help provide the key element of implied malice for a prosecutor. Today marks 15 days to the day that Alexandra Capelouto died from fentanyl. 15 months, sorry. Today also marks 6 months to the day that Alex Neville died from fentanyl. I would like to ask you now for your full attention, Senators, as you listen carefully to the testimony of my 2 witnesses, Matt Capelouto, Alexandra's dad, and Amy Neville, Alex's mom, both of whom lost their children to fentanyl.
I'll do my best. My name is Matt Capelouto. I'm standing here before you today as the father of Alexandra, who was killed on December 23rd, 2019 by a counterfeit prescription pill which contained illicit fentanyl. Nothing we do here today will bring back my daughter or those we have already lost. I am here on behalf of the thousands who will be deceptively and fatally poisoned in the future if we don't take decisive action now. This bill has been drafted with one goal: to save lives. This legislation is not punitive, it's preventative. Modeled after the successful Watson rule, SB 350 provides drug dealers with a fair warning. It informs them that the drugs they are selling could result in someone's death. With fentanyl being sold under false pretenses to unwitting consumers, SB 350 is an appropriate response to a deadly threat. Before fentanyl emerged on the drug scene in 2013, drug dealers had some basis for claiming that they were not responsible for deaths that resulted from selling illicit drugs. However, this has changed. Today, people are being deceived, particularly when consuming counterfeit pills pressed to mimic legitimate pharmaceuticals. Instead, they contain nothing but a neutral base and fentanyl. This despicable act is being done solely for financial gain with reckless disregard for human life. Illicit fentanyl has done what no other black market drug has ever done. It kills with a single use. It is killing the casual drug user, the first-time drug user, and those self-medicating. This group of non-addicts is now the fastest growing and least recognized demographic for drug-related deaths in the U.S. Addicts are not immune from fentanyl either. Many are being robbed of their chance to recover. In this new era of illicit fentanyl, we must be capable of imposing serious consequences for those who continue to sell deadly drugs even after they know the dangers. Alexandra's law is a warning. If a dealer chose to ignore it, then prosecutors will have the discretion to impose a stiffer penalty. As a border state, California is a hub for illicit fentanyl distribution across this nation. We are obligated to take action. I ask that you pass this bill onto the full Senate for debate. Our children are dying, families are suffering, and we need your help now more than ever. We cannot bring Alex or the thousands we have already lost back, but her law will save others. As our leaders, your passage of this bill today will demonstrate your commitment to protect the citizens of California from this rapidly growing danger. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony.
My next witness is Amy Neville.
Good morning, Senators. Thank you for having me. My name is Amy Neville. I'm from Orange County, and this is my 14-year-old son, Alexander. Alexander died 9 months ago today, on June 23rd, 2020, after taking a single pill that he believed was an oxycodone. It turned out to be a counterfeit pill made of fentanyl. I found Alex dead on the floor of his bedroom. This is how most of our kids are dying, in the night, alone in their bedrooms. Alex got his pill from a dealer he connected with on social media. We know who the dealer is. This dealer is still selling his drugs online. At least 2 other people have died from this dealer's counterfeit pills. One before Alex and one after. The young man that died before Alex died in front of the dealer in the dealer's apartment. Alex was duped by this drug dealer, and this is happening every day. Alex believed he was buying an oxycodone. That's what he intended to take, and he would be alive today, except for the fact that the dealer sold him fentanyl under false pretenses. Does this dealer know his pills are deadly fakes? If not, SB 350 will make sure he is informed just how dangerous his actions can be. If he does know, that is malice. He is not just a small-time street dealer, he is committing fraud and murder. Alexandra's law gives law enforcement the tools to hold him accountable. Fentanyl changes everything. Its impact is felt in every county in this state, from the first-time user to those suffering with long-term substance use disorder. People are being poisoned by this deadly chemical. Fentanyl does not discriminate. It's killing every race, every gender, rich or poor, and it's killing our young people at disproportionate rates. And no one deserves to die this way. You might be asking yourself, so where is this drug dealer now? It should come as no surprise to you that he is free, living his life, continuing to sell drugs to unsuspecting kids and adults, while my child is in an urn on a shelf in his bedroom. The game has changed and we need new rules. SB 350 is a step in the right direction. It won't bring back my Alex, but it will surely save others. Thank you.
witness.
Hello, thank you. My name is Ed Turnan. I lost my 22-year-old son to a counterfeit Percocet pill in May of 2020. I strongly support SB 350, which will reduce both drug deaths and drug-related incarcerations by providing a warning to first-time convicted offenders. I strongly urge you to support it.
Thank you. Next witness.
For a bill that supporters say could have prevented more fentanyl poisonings here in California. Senate Bill 350 would require convicted drug dealers to receive written notice explaining the dangers of selling drugs illegally. Essentially, it's a warning that in the future, prosecutors could charge them with murder. The bill failed to pass the Senate Public Safety Committee. Lawmakers had concerns that the bill wouldn't have all the intended impacts.